All right, y'all, Jonathan Joyner at the front. It is a Saturday and we are not racing, but I am still doing racing related activities, and I got everything I need for it. I got gas from a lawnmower, got to mow the grass. And then secondly, got some Tide for washing the race car. That's the second objective today, wash the race car. I got to figure something out. I got a decision to make. I got to figure out if I'm going to race for points this season at Southern Raceway. Race 2 races, I'm tied for points, and there's 8 more races to go in the season for the points, and I gotta figure out if I'm going to race for the points title. When I am trying to figure something out, when I'm trying to make an important decision, I found that 2 things I can go and do to help to clear my mind. Number 1, mow the grass. Number 2, wash my race car. Something about mowing grass and washing a race car that helps clear my mind and helps me to think about things. So I feel like today is a good day to try to figure out if I'm gonna race for these points or not. A couple things about this decision and running for points. Obviously, it's not a life or death decision, nor is it a binding one. But when I commit to something, when I say, hey, I'm gonna try to race for these points, I like to be pretty committed to it and to have that goal. I don't want to set a goal and then not go through with it. And the reason to me why it's something I need to decide now is because this weekend coming up, next Saturday, 1 week from tonight, there's a big race out at Southern, $3,000 to win for the National 8 Model Series. The thing about that series is, going with my 604 crate motor, I'll be a little overpowered and be struggling, probably fighting to get a top 5 finish. But if I'm going to race for points, it might not be the best idea to go out there. Okay, obviously it's not a points race, so it doesn't help me to achieve my overall goal. And there's a chance, I'm going to be, like I said, scrapping for a top 5. I might tear something up. So that is putting a little bit more pressure on me to make this decision. Got a couple weeks for my next 604 race, next points race. But if I'm going to race for those points, then it might weigh in on my decision whether or not to race this week. Ran into a little rain shower, so I believe I can do a better job of washing the car in the rain than I can do mowing the yard in the rain. We'll give it a minute to see if it slacks off though. While it's raining, a couple of things about this points racing. I think points racing means something. Every racer, whether they want to admit it or not, would like to, at some point, have won a points championship, a track championship, a series, whatever, in their career. It's tough. A lot of people talk about points racing. I like points racing for the birds, but it also means something to have that big trophy in your shop. See, this trophy from 2008. 11 years ago, I won the track championship at Southern Raceway. But it came down to the last night between the 2 of us, and it was really, really exciting. It was winning that, coming out ahead in that points race, one of the most accomplished I've ever felt. Winning that championship, committing myself to that for the whole season, and coming out ahead, someone who pushed me really hard and who wanted, to win just as badly as I did, really meant something to me. It means something to win a track championship, especially when you have another driver who's pushing you really hard and wants it just as bad as you do. Whew. I don't know if y'all can tell it or not, but it's coming down pretty hard. It's popping lightning too, so I don't mind getting wet, but I don't like getting struck by lightning. I'm gonna pull these doors down, keep some of the wind and water out. And I think I'm gonna hold off on washing the race car. So I officially didn't get a whole lot done today. We got a tornado warning also. So this rain, I tell you, it's been a mess this year. I know a lot of racetracks have been raining out. A lot of series have been raining out, and it's raining pretty hard here. We actually were going to try to race. Had a couple ideas of where we might go this week, but it was a high chance of rain in both places, so we stayed home. Anyway, didn't get as much as I wanted to done today as far as mowing my grass or washing my race car, but that happens. Did do a lot of thinking though about this whole idea of points racing and mainly whether I want to race next week or not. because that's kind of my main decision now is if I'm going to points race, I don't know if I really want to go out and race this week coming up, because, you know, I'm going to be fighting hard to get a decent finish, and it isn't building toward my goal at all of winning the points. As far as points racing, I think there are a lot of reasons to points race. I mentioned a few earlier about it's meaningful, hopefully, in most cases, to win a track championship. Specifically for me, for this 2019 track points 604 late model division Southern Raceway, it's $1,000 to the winner at the end of the year, which is a nice, you know, that's nice to get through the winter, to have a little bit of money to put a body on the car, or to put toward a new car, or whatever the case may be. It is also, I believe, going to be a meaningful championship because of the competition. I know Bo Slay, who, if you watched our previous video, I race real hard with, and who I enjoy racing with, he's mentioned that he's probably going to try to run for it. And there are a few other guys as well. Me and Bo, we are tied right now at the top of the points. I have a first and a third, and he has a pair of second place finishes in the first two races. So I know it'll be interesting if he and I both run it, and neither of us, you know, hopefully have a whole lot of bad luck, and we can just, you know, race it out. I know it's going to be a tight and interesting points battle. And then I'm one of those people. I'm a objective driven person. I like to have goals. And I like to know, hey, I'm going to race, you know, these certain events, and I'm going to try to win the points title here. That, you know, having that goal, having that objective, having that plan, you know, will keep me on track, keep my mind focused on racing. So I know that for me personally, I don't, you know, not every racer is this way, but for me personally, it's nice to have, you know, that set schedule. Here's what I'm going to try to do. As far as negatives or reasons not to compete for points this year, for one, it is a time-consuming thing. Even if it's only 10 races, it is still a time-consuming thing to try to compete for points. You got to commit to being at the track for those races. I know I'll probably run at least 6 or 7 of the 10 races out here at Southern, even if I don't run for points. But still, running for points means we're going to have to plan. My wife's trying to plan a vacation right now. Running for points means she's got to plan that vacation, that summer vacation, around the racing schedule. It also means that I'm going to miss out on going to other tracks. The last couple years, I've raced pretty much right here at Southern Raceway, and I wanted this year to try to maybe, you know, sprout out a little bit. I wanted to go to a couple tracks I haven't raced at before. The problem is when you're racing for points, you know, you got to keep in the back of your mind that, okay, if I tear something up, you know, if I'm going to compete for points, I got to get it back together and get back to the track. So do I spend the money to go race at other places out of town, or do I save my money just in case, you know, I got to spend it to get back to the track? And then also, again, planning around the 10 races I'm going to race at Southern Raceway. So it's a tough decision. Like I said, it's not, you know, life or death decision, and it's not something I got to fully commit to right now. But whether or not I race this upcoming week, I'm going to race for points. I'm probably going to sit out this next week. If I'm not racing for points, well, then I don't have anything to lose. I might as well go race. Either way, we will most likely, weather permitting, be out at Southern Raceway next Saturday night, May 11th, I believe, for the National Late Model Series race, 3,000 to win. Joseph won last time the series came into town back in February, so I know he'll be looking to defend that win. Anyway, that's what's going on. Not racing, no racing to do this weekend, so I figured I would make a video and just talk about something that's been on my mind, and that's this whole points, racing for points thing. Y'all be sure, if you enjoyed what you saw here, to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you've ever raced for points, or you know someone who has, you have an opinion on that. Let me know what you think. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. If you're interested in hats, hoodies, or t-shirts, or stickers, head over to huntthefront.net and you can order those there. In the meantime, we will see you hopefully at a racetrack soon. God bless you.